No matter what job you have in this life, whether you're a parent or whether you're a vice president or whether you're on the assembly line, you always wind up dealing with difficult people. Pastors deal with difficult people sometimes, and people deal with difficult pastors sometimes. So that it's important to say, how do we deal in this way? I think most difficulties come from different perspectives and misunderstanding. So I think the first thing that you do is that you sit down with the person and you say, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. How do you see this? And what is your thought? And how is your perspective on that? Try to listen in an active listening role. Try not to respond to them until you can fully understand what they're saying. And then say to them, well, let me just give you some other perspectives of that, and maybe look at it from a different point of view or a different way in which you can do it, so that they're enriched to realize that there's more than one perspective, their perspective or your perspective, so that you begin to get on a common ground, so that when you're on a common ground, you can discuss the issue and to look at what kind of feelings are behind all of this. Because a lot of times what the feelings are the clue in which you discover the difficulty. Let me give you an example. If your husband was supposed to be home at 6 o'clock and he doesn't come home until midnight, and he has the smell of alcohol on him, you have a certain set of feelings about that. Now, if he comes home at 12 and he says to you, the train had an accident. There were people hurt. My cell phone was broken. I've had to go and help other people. I had no way of calling you to let you know. I'm thankful that I'm not hurt. You have a whole different set of feelings. Now, feelings are that gap between the situation and your expectation. So sometimes you can change the expectation, and sometimes you can change the situation. So when you get down to taking a look at things with a difficult person, you start saying, what can we do here? Are we really going to be able to change the expectation here? Or are we really going to change the situation here? And how do we deal with that? I think it's important then that once you do that, you begin to work on a common ground. How can we do this together? How can we share the difficulties or the hardships of this? I don't want you hurt, but I don't want others hurt. Let's go on and see how we can do this in a constructive way. I think doing that is a methodology to try to solve difficult situations. Is it always going to work? No, it's not always going to work. Jesus was crucified because they weren't going to come to compromise. But a lot of times you can work through things and find solutions by simply listening, talking, and sharing.